So, what is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today, guys, I'm coming at you with my updated True DRACO deck profile for the May 2018 ban list. So, hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. To be honest, guys, I'm actually very excited to be showcasing you guys' deck profile. Believe it or not, with the Masterpiece being banned, Demise still at 3, Desire still at 3, Duality still at 3, and we also got Diagram at 3. And with 3 Ignis in the deck, you essentially have more level 5 monsters in the deck, which gives you access to your Vocal Swords and also Gyro Charger faster. So that way, that you can just, do more damage to your opponent, really quick. And overall, the deck is just very consistent. 3 Diagrams, 3 Demise, and with the release of 3 Ignis being off the ban list, you essentially get access to your spell cards directly from your deck to your hand, so that way that you can just get additional tributes and at the same time get additional draws. This is probably the deck that I'll be playing before Banish comes out 100%. The deck is just very powerful, and I'll showcase you guys my deck profile and explain to you guys my card choices once I progress through the video. By the way, guys, if you guys want to help support the channel, make sure you guys get my Exodia vs Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon playmat today. I'll leave all the links in the description box below. If you guys do not have Facebook, that's okay. You guys can send me a direct email to TeamSamuraiX1@gmail.com. That'll be absolutely amazing, guys. That's how you guys can help support the channel. I do free shipping to Canada and USA. International shipping may cost extra. So if you guys want to help support, make sure you guys get your 130,000 subscriber playmat today. And that'll be absolutely amazing. Start of the monster real quick. You want to play, of course, the almighty DINOMIGHT Knight, the True DRACO fighter. I'm just really glad now this card actually got off the ban list. With him being released off the ban list, you instantly have access to True King's Return directly from your deck to your hand. You want to get access to True King's Return as quickly as possible, because that way you can just constantly revive back your Ignis, your Maidens, and also Dynamites from your graveyard each and every single turn. At the same time, get quicker access to your rank 5 XYZ plays. Masterpiece being banned, Dynamite is hands down the best and the biggest boss monster in the deck. Next off, you're going to play, of course, Triple Ignis Heat. This card is the best card going second. The fact that it's actually able to get to search your True DRACO spell cards directly from your deck to your hand is just very amazing. Gets you the additional tribute summon with True DRACO's Disciples, not True DRACO's Disciples, True DRACO's Heritage, and also Disciples of the True DRACO Phoenix, which is absolutely amazing. Disciples lets you draw a card, and at the same time, Heritage also lets you draw a card as well. These cards are just really good going second against the Mirror Match and any other back row heavy decks like Ultra Guides and things like that. Ignis Heat is able to get you access to the spell cards. The spell cards can actually pop your opponent's back row, which is amazing. Just really glad that this card is finally at 3, and against the Mirror Match, this card is really powerful. And you guys don't know how powerful Ignis is in the Mirror Match. You essentially get up to 3 draws with True DRACO's Heritage. And next off, guys, I would not cut this card down to 2 whatsoever. I want to play Triple Majesty's Maiden, the True DRACO Caster. This card is absolutely amazing as well. The fact that she's actually able to get access to Ignis and also draw Dynamite directly from deck to your hand gets you access to your monsters directly from deck to your hand as quickly as possible. And seeing monsters in your hand is actually not even that bad, because you can actually tribute off to actually disrupt boards, things like that during your opponent's turn, which is absolutely amazing. And having Ignis Heat and also Majesty's Maiden on the board gives you access to rank 5 XYZs. And the last 2 monsters that I'm playing in the deck is still the god himself, double Yamano Iwado. And this card is absolutely phenomenal. This deck is still a stun based deck. Going first or second, it actually protects your opponent from actually hand trapping you. Really good going second to actually help you combat against boards that put out massive amount of monsters and things like that, especially with negates. So Mono actually helps you deal with that. And so that's pretty much if the monsters go after the spells. For the spell, guys, the card that did not get hit, and I don't know why it didn't get hit, is Triple Dragonic Diagram. This card is absolutely amazing. Diagram is just really powerful, guys. The fact that it's actually able to get access to Dynamite or also Ignis directly from deck to your hand is just really good. And even Masterpiece being banned, but Diagram still exists. The deck is still alive, and the deck is still very consistent. You want to play Triple Terraforming to get access to your Diagrams as quickly as possible, so that way that you can see your traps, that way that you can get access to Dynamite Knight, which is really good. Next off, for your True DRACO spells, Triple Heritage and also Triple Disciples. Nothing really changed from here. Very standard True DRACO lineup. True DRACO Heritage lets you draw 3 in the Mirror Match. Essentially, Disciples is your Degusto Emerald, helps you shuffle back 3 cards to draw 1, helps recycle your Dynamite, and also helps recycle your True King's Return, which is really important. These cards also give you the additional tribute, so that way that you can main deck cards like Amano Iwado and also side deck cards like the Sphere mode. Next off, guys, it's ridiculous. Triple card of Demise. Why didn't this card get hit, guys? This is why the deck is still playable, because you still have 3 Demise, 3 Diagrams, and 3 Terraformings. Demise is just not fair. This card needed to go. One of the most unfair cards in today's metagame. The fact that it's actually able to help you dig 3 cards deeper into your deck to draw 3 into your floodgates, things like that, should not be allowed in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I really think that this card is unfair, guys. This card should not exist. Triple Duality. Definitely a must-off to actually help you dig 3 cards deeper into your deck. You basically get to reveal 3 cards in your deck, and you get to choose what card you want. So you just want to maximize yourself and actually see this card as quickly as possible. In my personal opinion, I still think that this is a solid lineup of 3 duality. And next we're going to play, of course, Double Pot of Desires. I hate playing 3 Desires. I would never play 3 Desires in this deck because you can often draw into Desires, which is pretty annoying. And, you know, increasing your hand size in this deck is actually really important. And you just want to see your monsters as quickly as possible. Most importantly, guys, I actually never want to risk banishing, you know, True King's Return or also Dynamite. So I often, you know, use Diagram to search those cards first before I activate Pot of Desires. But that's pretty much it for the draw engine. Very solid draw engine. And I'm just really disappointed that, you know, Heart of Demise still exists. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a true DRACO player. You know, I should be biased and be happy that Demise still at 3. But this card is not fair at all, and it just needs to go immediately. And last but not least, guys, you want to play the one Monarch Stormforth. This card is the God card. And the funny thing is, guys, Ignis is a Monarch. So you guys can actually, if you want, you guys can play Monarchs in this deck to actually search the Monarch Stormforth. You can play 3 Tenacities to actually search this card if you want. And because Ignis is 2,400 and 1,000, right? So you can activate Tenacity, reveal Ignis, search Stormforth, which is pretty cool and unique. But anyways, that's pretty much for the spells to go after your traps. For your trap, guys, True King's Return and Triple Apocalypse. Nothing to really change here. Very standard. The fact that you get easier access to these cards now directly from the deck of Dynamite is just really essential. You guys don't even have to search these cards now if you get access to Dynamite first. So, you know, it's really important to actually get these cards off Dynamite rather than getting the cards off, rather than getting themselves off Diagram. Because off Diagram, you basically just want to search your missing pieces. Like, you know, if you don't have a spell, you want to search your spell. If you don't have a monster, you want to search your monster. You obviously don't want to often search a trap if you already have access to Dynamite. So Dynamite being accessible now, you know, makes these cards, you know, easier to access. So Apocalypse and also True King's Return, which is really good, very standard. And True King's Return, you always want to have on the board because this card constantly revives back your True DRACO monsters from the graveyard, especially with Diagram. Especially with Diagram on the board, Diagram will protect those monsters from being destroyed once by battle, which is pretty amazing. And you just constantly storm the board with True King's Return, and this card gives you the utmost advantage, in my personal opinion. So this card is the best card in the deck, especially commonly off with Dynamite Knight. Next off for your Floodgates, Floodgate deck, Skill Drain, Triple Rivalry of Warlords, 100%, guys. These cards are the best cards in the deck. The Nightmare boards, guys, you know, with the you know, when they bring up Goblin, Phoenix, and Cerberus, you basically can't beat that board. It's really hard to beat with this deck because Cerberus will protect it from being destroyed by card effects, Phoenix will be protected from being destroyed by battle, and Goblin basically says that you can't target it. So the only way they actually break those boards is like with Rivalry of Warlords. Once they have, you know, the firewall in the middle, you can actually break that board and just break the Cold Link, which is pretty awesome. So Rivalry of Warlords is really powerful for that, and it's also one of the best cards going second. Going second, you just set it, you know, on your opponent's turn on their side now, flip Rivalry of Warlords. If they don't have an out to it, then you just win the duel. So Rivalry of Warlords, absolutely broken in my personal opinion. And it's like the best Floodgate in this deck. Last but not least, we're going to play, of course, the 1 Storm and Mirror Force. I actually might want to up this up to 2, but you know what? I always play this deck with Storm and Mirror Force. It's just my personal attack. I actually might even want to bump this card up to 2 because, you know, I just want to protect my monsters and have monsters on the board at all times, and getting rid of Borreload is just really important as well. Borreload literally kills this deck, guys, so... yeah, so Storm Mirror Force is pretty good. And last but not least, we're going to play, of course, the Infinite Impermanence. This card is just amazing card overall. It's just an effect veiler. The fact that, you know, it's a really good card going second to negate, you know, the Isolde and the, you know, and disrupt the Goki combo and disrupt the firewall. It's just really amazing. So Infinite Impermanence, I believe, is going to be one of the best cards next format. You know, hitting the firewall is really good. Hitting, you know, and interrupting, you know, mid combos is just pretty great as well. If you guys can afford these, you guys can actually main deck effect veiler instead. But, you know, you guys don't know hand traps, conflicting the card demise, things like that. So I decided to actually main the trap instead, because you can also set this card and it can become really good going second, because if you hit a monster deck and there's a spell card in your opponent's column, this card becomes really, really powerful, and it just negates that and just negates that spell and trap cards in that column, which is pretty good. So that's pretty much it for the traps, guys. You know, that's pretty much of the main deck. Let's go off to your side deck. Side deck, guys, you're gonna play, you know, double Wing Dragon of Raw Spear mode. It helps breaks the, you know, the Goo keyboard, which is pretty awesome. Triple Cherries, this card is a staple. You guys see, I'm not playing Monarchs are up. I think Monarchs are up is really bad. And it just becomes really useless, you know, on the board if your opponent, and you know, the deck just auto lose to red reboot. So if your opponent red reboots your up, you're instantly losing anyway. And you know what, I want to be able to play hand traps, you know, because, you know, if I play you know, a Floodgate and my opponent red reboots, I'm already losing that game anyways. But I'd rather have a hand trap, you know, to actually help stop my opponent instead of just solely relying on my traps. So hand traps is really good, and playing Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries definitely a must-have in today's metagame. And when Brandish comes out, you'll be maining, of course, the Brandish. What's it called? The extra deck monsters. Double Waking the Dragons. Cards busted. The funny thing is, guys, what you can do against the mirror match is that, like, you can go Diagram, pop Maiden, you know, search the return, tribute summon for like Maiden or something like that, set 1 and then pass. And that 1 card set against the mirror match, don't set the True King's Return, set the Waking the Dragons. Okay? and then your opponent will think, oh my god, you know, that's a True King's Return, or that's a True Draco Apocalypse, you know. So they'll set, you know, a spell card, they'll tribute summon it for like an Ignis, and then they'll use the spell card to pop your one back roll thinking it's True King's Return, but it's Waking the Dragon. So that's how you actually mind F your opponent in the mirror match. So Waking the Dragon's really broken. Triple Evenly Match, the Draco Killer card is absolutely devastating, and it also kills Ultra guys, obviously. Triple Imperial Iron Wall, really good going first against Invoked, and also really good against the Evenly Match, obviously. And last but not least, double Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring to round off your side deck. Side deck is always a personal preference. The format is still, you know, very new, and it still has to develop. But when Brandish comes out, the side deck is definitely going to change. So that's pretty much of the side. Let's go off into your extra deck. Extra deck, guys, for your, you know, Cherries targets, one Borlo Dragon, you know what I mean? You can actually Cherries the Borlo, which is pretty cool. Spiral, you know, double Helix against, you know, Spirals, Firewall Dragons, Isolde, and Electromight. These cards are all really good, valuable Cherries target. Your one Ultimate Falcon. Also, special summon these cards off Waking the Dragon as well, which is pretty amazing. The reason why I'm playing these cards right here is because, you know, Ignis and Maiden is level 5, and you're playing a lot of hand trap. You can normal summon a hand trap, make one of these level 8 single monsters, which is pretty cool. One ABC Dragon Buster for your valuable, you know, Cherries target. Number 61 Volcasaurus. You can easily access this card now. You know, with more level 5 monsters in the deck, you can easily even, like, you can have more access to this card now, which is pretty awesome. One Artifact Durandal, which is pretty nice. If you guys can actually make Durandal against the mirror match and set one card and combo it out with Waking the Dragons, you can go summon Durandal, you know, set Waking the Dragons and pass just one card, and then when your opponent activates a monster effect or a normal spawn trap card, activate Durandal. Basically choose the effect to let your opponent destroy one spawn trap card you control. They'll be forced to destroy the Waking the Dragons that's set. That's the only card set, and you get a free Ultimate Falcon, which is pretty cool. One Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger, and last but not least, you want Totally Awesome to round off your extra deck. And you know what? Masterpiece being gone, Toad actually has a pretty good matchup against this deck. So without Masterpiece, this matchup is a little bit harder. So cherrying this immediately is just pretty good. So that's pretty much for the deck profile, guys. By the time you guys are probably watching this video, I'll be in Thailand. I'm taking a vacation to go see my father. But anyways, guys, hopefully I can make more deck profiles in Thailand. I'm bringing my Yu-Gi-Oh cards with me to update you guys wherever I go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. With Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 Sam signing out. Alright, guys. Peace.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a keen with it. Like, no, this league business.